Good evening, grade 9. We are doing set 4.2 from maths 1, topic 4. Now question 3 is compare the following pairs of ratios. This is one ratio and this is another ratio. Now see students, these two are under root and this is not under root. So it is little difficult to compare the ratios. So what we can do, these are not perfect squares so that they can be taken out from the root sign. So we need to put this into root sign. So 3 is nothing but what? 3 is nothing but root 9. Square root of 9 is 3, yes or no? So you take square of this number and put it under root. That will give you this number. Are you understanding me? So for 3 I am writing it root 9. So what my question will be now? Root 5 upon root 9. And this will be again root 9 upon root 7. Now we can compare these two. Still denominators are not same. So we can cross multiply. What we are going to do? Root 5 into root 7 upon root 9 into root 7. So here I am multiplying by this denominator, and here we can write root 9 upon root 7 and multiply with this into root 9 into root 9. Now see, both the denominators will be same. We can compare only the numerators. Root 5 into root 5 into root 7 is root 35, and below you have root 81. 9 sevens are 63. So we have here 63. And here, now you can put a box and write here 9 nines is root 81 upon root 63. Now denominators are same, we can directly compare the numerators. Alright, we know that root 81 is greater than root 35. So this is greater. But this is nothing but 3 by root 7. So original ratios should always be compared. Don't stop over here. Alright, you write last step. So root 5 upon 3 is less than, you may say 3 upon root 7. Is this clear? Okay, how to do? Let's go for second question now. Very easy, no? Please take it down. You can pause the video. Now look at second problem. 3 root 5 upon 5 root 7 and here root 63 upon root 125. Now I want to remove the square root sign. So very easy trick is I am squaring both the sides. 3 square will be 9, 5 square will be 25. Square of root 5 is root 5 into root 5, that is root 25. So it will be only 5. Similarly, this square will be 7. What is there inside will come out. This square will be only 63 and this square will be only 125. Now you can multiply this. 9 5s are 45. 25 into 7 is 175. Alright. And here you have 63 upon 125. If I multiply here both sides by 125 and here by 175, I get same denominators. I don't have to multiply directly because you will see that 45 is less than 63 and 125 is also less than 175. So this product is always going to be greater than these two. Both these numbers are less than both these numbers. And so you have this is greater, this product will be greater, and this is corresponding to root 63 upon root 125. So at the end we write 3 root 5 upon 5 root 7 is less than root 63 upon root 125. Is this clear? No need to actually find the product. By just visualization, you will be able to know what is the answer because we have to compare that set. Alright? Well, let's go for the third question. Now there is one more method I will tell you. We used to multiply this by both numerator and denominator, and 18 here both numerator and denominator. At the end we are going to get the same denominators, and so we only compare the numerators. So you can do like this also. 5 into 121 you compare it with 18 into 117. 17. This cross multiply and this. At the bottom you are going to get 18 into 121. Here also 18 into 121. So you do not take into picture denominators. Directly you can compare with the numerator also. Now if you take the product of 5 into 121, it is nothing but 605. And compare it with 18 into 17, if you calculate, it is coming 306. So obviously this is greater. 605 is greater than 306. And therefore we can write 5 upon 18 is greater than 17 upon 121. Is this clear? So denominator we need not take into consideration. That way also you can do, because as it is, we are going to get like this only, 18 into 121, and here you will get 121 into 18. So this product is going to be same, denominators are same. So we can directly compare only the numerators. Alright. Okay, let's go for the fourth problem now. We'll go for fourth problem. Now let's go for fourth problem. Root 80 by root 48, root 45 by root 27. I am squaring both the ratios. If you are squaring both the ratios, the problem doesn't arise. You are doing same operation to both the ratios. So after squaring, you will be with 80 by 48 and 45 by 27. Now dividing, this ratio can be divided both numerator and denominator. I am dividing by 16. So you have 16 5s are and 16 3s are. And this ratio I am dividing by 9. 9 5s are 45, 9 3s are 27. So I am left with 5 by 3, 5 by 3. Both are equal. Did you get it? And therefore we can write root 80 upon root 48 is equal to root 45 upon root 27. Wasn't it easy? Alright. There are different methods, students, via which you can do the problem. So here I will not put the bracket, I will put the comma. So here you can directly compare. Alright. Now let's go for the fifth one. Fifth question will do. Now look at the fifth question. I am multiplying both this numerator denominator of both the ratios by 10. So I am getting rid of this point. So what I will have, 92 upon 51 and here 34 upon 71. Looking at this ratio itself, you can tell which is greater. I will tell you here denominator is smaller than numerator. So this fraction is going to be greater than 1. And here denominator is bigger than numerator. So this is going to be less than 1. So automatically this will be greater. Or to make it more easy, you cross multiply. 92 and 71, both numbers are big. Here both the numbers are smaller compared to these two. And therefore this becomes 92 into 71 is always greater. So 9.2 by 5.1 is greater than 3.4 by 7.1. Is this clear, everybody? Okay. We'll go for fourth question. Now look at fourth problem. Quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Ratio of A is to B is 5 is to 4. Find the measure of angle B. So this we have to find out. So now see here, it is parallelogram, that means opposite sides will be parallel. Please keep this in mind. AD is parallel to BC and AB is parallel to DC. Now ratio is given, so I have said let common factor be x. So angle A would be 5x and B would be 4x. Now if A is 5x and B is 4x and you have AD is parallel to BC, if we consider AB as transversal, then this and this angle both are interior angles. So interior angle property, if you see, then their sum is always 180. So I have written 5x plus 4x is equal to 180 here. Angle A plus angle B. Reason is interior angles. 5 plus 4 is 9x is 180. So x will be 180 by 9, which is equal to 20 degrees. But what is angle B? Angle B is 4x. 4 into x. X we got 20. So 4 into 20 becomes 80 degrees. Wasn't it easy? Okay. So you can please take this down in your notebook. Now let's go for one more problem, students. We have time. Now look at the second problem. From fourth question, this is second problem. Okay, first we have solved. Question 4, second problem. Ratio of present age of Albert and Salim is 5 is to 9. So let the common factor or multiple of ratio is x. Present age of Albert is 5x and present age of Salim is 9x. Now 5 years hence means after. Okay, after 5 years, Albert's age would be 5x plus 5 and Salim's would be 9x plus 5. And after 5 years, their ratio is 3 is to 5. That means 5x plus 5 upon 9x plus 5 is given as 3 upon 5. Just cross multiply. You have 5 into 5x plus 5 is equal to 3 into 9x plus 5. Okay. Let's solve this. You get 25x plus 25 would be equal to 27x plus 15. Alright. Let me solve this. So if you solve this equation, I am taking 25 that side and 15 over here. So it becomes 25 minus 15 is 27 minus 25x. So 25 minus 15 is 10 is equal to 2x. X will be 10 by 2, which is 5. But we don't want to find value of x. We want present age of Albert, which is 5x. So 5 into x is 5, so 25 years. And Salim's present age is 9x. So 9 into 5, which is 45 years. Okay. So that's all from my side for today, students. Thank you.